What's going on, guys? So I kind of want to talk to you today about kind of what's going on. As you can see, I'm at home. I'm not in my dorm right now. Before we get started though, if you don't really care about like my real life stuff or what's going on, like real life for me, you can skip this video. There will be a Wi-Fi battle uploaded very shortly after this goes up, because I'm recording it right after this, and they'll be uploaded around the same time. So don't worry, there will be I might even upload the Wi-Fi battle first. That way you guys can have that, because I know I'm already super late on doing that. But from the look, I mean, I'm at home now. I'm not in my dorm. So basically, what's going on in my life kind of right now? So I was in, going to school, going to college, but for the last week was my spring break, so I obviously didn't have or 2 weeks ago was my spring break, I should say. The week before that, I didn't go to my classes. The week after my spring break, I didn't go to my classes, and the reason was I just didn't feel like going. And it's not like, oh, I have work today, but I don't really feel like going, so I'll call in sick. It's not like a one day kind of thing. This was like, I mean, there were like 2 weeks where two and a half weeks where I just didn't go to classes, and then a week where I had spring break, when I was at home and I had time to just relax and do me. And I come back and then I still don't go to my classes. So basically I hate having to like say this, but it's like goes against everything that I've kind of said to you guys in the past, whether it be on stream or in a previous video, and that's that like one of my regrets from high school is not trying very hard. Like I did well enough, obviously, to get into a pretty decent school. I got into Butler University, which is a very well-known school. It's a private school, very well known for its basketball, etc., etc., etc. But I just didn't do my classes. So I've kind of been battling a little bit of depression. It does run in my family. My grandma had it. My mom has it. My aunt has it. And it's it's rough, and it's one of those things that I'm probably gonna have to deal with the rest of my life. Whether it of course everybody has their ups and downs, and everybody experiences depression in their own way. It's such a unique disability. It's so different for so many different people, and it's not like homesickness. It's like, oh, I miss being home or whatever. I was going home once a week anyway to go change. I have a 150-gallon aquarium downstairs that I maintain every week, and that's something that I come home every once in a while to do that, because I obviously don't want my fish to die. But it's been a rough last like month and a half. Last month and a half has been really, really rough for me, and it may not really seem like it, because in my videos and when I stream, I don't really seem any different. And that's because when I record and when I stream and when I do videos for you guys, obviously I put on a little bit of a show to be more enthusiastic and that sort of thing, but even behind that, I'm still very happy with what I do. When I do YouTube, when I do Twitch, when I do all of these things, when I play games, I truly am happy, and I truly feel at peace when I am doing those things. But when I'm going to, when my mom is paying an expensive amount of money for me to go to a school where, obviously, one, I'm not going to, like, I'm not even going to my classes, but if I'm not enjoying it, if I'm not enjoying the experience, what's the point in going? If I'm paying all this money and I'm not enjoying it, and I'm just getting more stressed out, getting more anxious, more nervous, what's the point? It's not worth it. It's not worth to put all of that stress and all of this other things on your body. It's just not worth it. As most of you know, I was in a very poor living experience. It was awful. The building was disgusting. The building was built back in the late 1800s. The building is very old. Smells. People there are slobs. My roommate was a slob. If you guys remember, back in my dorm, when I would do a video like this or whatever, you would see our bunk bed behind us, and I was up on the top bunk and he was on the bottom. My top bunk was always clean. I would clean my stuff because I respected my roommate, and you know, we're living together, so I want to make it as clean as possible so that he doesn't have to deal with, you know, that sort of thing. He just didn't care. He had everything out all the time, never bothered to put anything away. He was very inconsiderate, always closed the door very loudly, whether I was recording or not. Always came in, like on the weekends, always came in late at night, slamming doors, stumbling around drunk, making a lot of noise, waking me up. And then when I would fall back asleep after that, he would wake me up with his snoring or sleep talking or whatever it may be. He would always wake me up, and then I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep because of that constant. If you guys have ever dealt with anybody that snores or sleep talks, it's very, you know, you're half asleep and all you can focus on is that sound, and you can't go back to sleep after that. It's very, it's just more annoying than anything. So on top of being stressed out about my classes, I was basically taking all core classes. The way that they decide classes at college, or at least my college that I was going to, seniors get to pick classes first, which makes perfect sense, because if you're a senior, you're trying to get the classes that you need to graduate, so that makes sense. And then it goes seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen. But when they do a system like that, and the way that they do that sort of thing, freshmen get last pick, and I'm obviously a freshman in college, so I got stuck with nothing for my major second semester. I got stuck with all core. So I was taking an FYS, which is a first year seminar, which is basically every freshman has to take. It's an English class, and I had one about zombies, and I thought it would be really cool, and I was totally wrong. Yeah, I got to read books about zombies, but the amount of reading, the sheer amount of reading and work was ridiculous that I had to do. I also got stuck with English literaries and inquiries of British literature, which already sounds awful to you, I'm sure. I got stuck with World of Plants, which is a biology class-ish kind of thing. And that class wasn't that bad, but it was still pretty bad. I also had a GHS, which is Global and Historical Studies of Colonialism and Post-Colonialism in Africa. And all four of those classes, well, except for the World of Plants, are all pretty much literature classes where it requires a sheer amount of reading. So by the end of the semester, if I would have gone through with this semester, I would have probably had to read about 20 books per class, even more for my FYS. My FYS requires more books than that. And if you could imagine the sheer amount of time and effort that would have taken for me to go through, even if I read it like 400 or 500 words a minute, you know, that's still a lot of time. And these books aren't easy books to read. They're very high level books, and it's not something that I was very comfortable doing. I felt in a very bad spot. I just felt stressed out all the time. I wasn't getting any sleep thanks to my roommate. I tried going to sleep before him. I tried going to sleep after him. And all throughout this, ever since first semester, I have been wearing earplugs just to try and help block out the sound. But earplugs don't block everything out, because you can only get earplugs up to 33 decibels. That's like a legal limit for earplugs. And even with that, it wasn't enough. So earplugs didn't help. I tried, like I said, going to sleep after him, before him. I tried getting on a very bizarre sleep schedule where I would go to sleep right after my classes, wake up around like 1 or 2 a.m., about the time that he would generally go to sleep. Stay up throughout the night, I guess morning technically, get all my homework done or whatever that I needed to do, or at least try to get it done, and then go to my classes, and then go to sleep whenever I got done with my classes. And nothing worked. It was awful. It was a very poor experience. So not only was I getting stressed out from the classes that I had to take, I wasn't getting any sleep, and everything just started kind of racking up, and it was a very bad experience for me overall. I really just didn't I didn't really have a whole lot of friends on campus. I have a couple, like some decently close friends from my high school that also attended that school, but we never really saw each other. I had a class with one of them, and that was the English literature class, but we never really hung out outside of that class. And I would eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner by myself because I don't know anyone on campus. I would, I would go to my classes by myself. I didn't have anyone to talk to. I didn't really have anything. I had, when I really, was talking to other people was when I was streaming. That's when I was, when I was really interacting with other people, and that's where I really had fun with it. So with all of the, we're already 10 minutes in, Jesus. So that's kind of the backstory as to why I'm at home. I know a couple people were asking on stream last night why I was here. Now you have a little bit of a better idea of the backstory behind things. So basically what is going on is I'm dropping out, withdrawing from this semester. I'm gonna go through summer. I may get a job. I don't know. If I do get a job, it's gonna be part-time. But at least for a couple weeks, maybe a month or two, I kind of just want to do YouTube, do Twitch, just relax, hang out with some friends that are just working or whatever in town, the town that I grew up in, hang out around here, do some things around here, and just kind of relax, and just be at peace, and just do what I need to do to try and find myself and try and figure out what I really want to do. And I know what I want to do in the long run. So I want to do video stuff, whether it be for a larger company or if YouTube blows up or whatever. That's what I want to do. I really do enjoy it, and I do have a lot of fun. So this is what I want to do. Maybe not YouTube or Twitch if that doesn't end up working out, but video content creation, some way, shape, or form. But for now, I kind of need to find out who I am right now. What I'm kind of meant to be doing right now is it's kind of more like a spiritual thing, I guess. Is kind of what I have to figure out now. Go through the summer, see how I'm doing at summer. If I still kind of feel like I don't really know what's going on, take next semester off, and then start going back up in the spring. And because I do want to get a degree, and I probably won't be going back to Butler University. It's a nice school, but there are a lot of issues on campus, and there's so many things. If you look into some things, you delve a little deeper behind just their basketball scene, there are a lot of issues on Butler's campus, and it's not as great as it may sound. It really is not. So but that's kind of the gist of things, and I know this is a little bit of a longer video, and for those of you that are watching, I really do appreciate it, and I know that you guys are here for me, and I really do, I really do appreciate that, and I can't thank you guys enough. I have a very, very supportive family. My mother is great. As you guys, I don't know, I guess some of you may know. I was raised purely by my mother, single parent, very, very loving mother. She also deals with depression herself, so she knows a little bit of what I'm going through, but like I said, it's different for each person, so it's I don't know, I can't explain it. My aunt and my uncle are both very also supportive of me, what's going on right now. And my family's just being so great right now, and it really is it really is great that they're here for me. So I'm gonna end this video shortly here, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate taking the time and at least listening to kind of what's going on. If you do care, if you don't care, I don't it's whatever. But thank you, you guys for always being here for me through whatever I may be going through. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy. I'm gonna upload the Wi-Fi battle first because that's just what I feel like doing. I hope you guys enjoyed the Wi-Fi battle. Let me know what you thought of that in the comments on that video. Don't put them here. This video is different. But anyways, I hope you guys have a a wonderful day. And if you guys have any issues at all, whatever, family issues, life issues, whatever, feel free. I would probably have you message me, DM me, or tweet at me on Twitter. We'll start talking. If you guys have any issues, if you want to talk to me about anything, feel free. Just tweet at me. I'll follow you back. We'll get a DM going or whatever. But yeah, you guys are always here for me. I want to be there for you. So if you have any issues or whatever, if you just want somebody to talk to, let me know. But anyways, I hope you guys, like I said, have a wonderful day, and we will see you back. Well, I guess probably tomorrow since Wi-Fi battle's going up first, but we'll see you back again tomorrow with some more Pokemon stuff.